Oh, look at it closely. Look at it closely. It's my fault, huh?
Hey, fill up my balloon again. Stop playing. Fill it up.
Level 1. Rhythm.
I know you're gonna dig this.
Rhythm.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the Wise Fellow Society.
What up, what up, what up?
All right. Where are my fellow...
Hey, hi, I'm here.
Right over here.
How's it going?
Present.
All right. Okay. Just want to make sure.
Presente. That means present in Spanish.
I'm
Fun
expecting everybody to have done their assignments. Joey, I'm looking at you.
fact. Yeah, because I didn't do nothing.
Someone has to set the curve here, damn it.
I'm a busy guy, you know, and I know you guys are busy too, but you guys are more capable of doing more stuff.
Absolutely.
You guys are better at
Sir,
multitasking.
I will have to
mind
say...
over matter, son. Mind over matter.
I will have to say the additions to the effects
Thank you.
and the music.
Thank you.
The
Yeah,
intro, sir, great.
Yeah, your homework has been, man. You've been working on the homework, man. I see.
Stop, guys,
I
please.
see your homework,
please.
man.
Oh my God, stop. Thank you. Appreciate it.
You get one of those scratch and sniff stickers.
Oh,
The
man.
root, the
Do they
root,
still make those?
root beer ones.
Scratch and sniffs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
Ah, man.
Yeah.
Somebody go on Amazon and put it in the cart. We gotta
Scratch
have
and sniffs?
we gotta have an Amazon cart so when we ever get paid for this one day, we could just buy everything that's in the cart. So what's up, guys? It's Friday. Yeah, right here in the studio in the cave. Just right here
Are we
the
in a
cave.
mansion inside a cave,
No, what
or
are
like
we?
what?
No,
What
this
is
is-
the Wells the Wise Fellow Society?
It's kind of like, you know, like it's like Bruce Wayne's mansion. It's like, you know, it's like what everybody sees, and then there's the Batcave. This
Yeah,
is-
it's
this
everything
is-
but a living room.
yeah. When we set up the table,
It's totally not a living room.
Yeah.
When we set up the table, the microphone, the shields go up, the living room drops to the underground bunker.
Right.
You know, yeah.
The suits and armor and the knights
Yeah,
that come
we-
out and they patrol.
Yeah, we're actually protected from the CIA mind control. Yeah, I'll talk about that later.
Very
Okay.
expensive, that thing. It was just a tinfoil dome.
Well, actually, I had to go. You know what? I got on eBay, and then I got a buyer. He guy's in South Korea. He runs one of those army surplus stores over there, and they got some good stuff.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Like what?
Well, let's just say you gotta have a clearance for it.
Are you
but-
selling some like nuclear sub shit? You just going over there? It's like, what do you got? Well, I got AK-47.
I got some radio. Some encrypted radios.
I got brand new
Yeah.
used Russian sub. Good price for you because I like you. Good price.
Very cheap, my friend.
I got
Very
a couple
cheap.
MIGs.
Very cheap.
You know.
Actually, this is a good transition to my my first quick topic of the night.
All right. Oh, real quick, give a shout out to what we're smoking.
Oh yes, sir.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
why don't you? You're the one that
Those
brought it
are
in.
good.
What are we smoking?
Smoking pre-rolls. Pre-rolls by Lowell Smoke. Yes, get yours today at your local dispensary. This is good stuff, man. I got this because I like the setup. I appreciate how it's I think 6 pre-rolls inside this box it comes with matches. And just look at that setup, though. That's
Damn.
dope.
Looks
That's
super
sexy.
classy.
That's like
I mean,
classy,
let's take a
dude.
look at this.
Look at
here.
that.
It's old
Lowell Smokes.
Ah, yeah. Look at that. It's got that old school look. It's got
son, where'd you find this?
There's
Yeah,
a
Where did you find this?
I found that at Stone Age in Long Beach.
Stone Age
Stone
Yeah.
Dispensary in
Shout
Long
out to
Beach.
Stone Age. Yeah.
Selling that Lowell Smokes.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, I appreciate that's like what you take to a dinner party. Like you want to look classy smoking, you take that.
Right.
You know what I mean? So or going to a podcast with your friends. You know, you take that. You know what I mean? Yeah, and coming soon, guys. The Racist Patreon too. So you guys do
The racist Patreon.
know
Please
about that.
sign up for our
Damn.
racist Patreon.
No, it's not
basically
racist.
this
It's a stereotype
It's
Patreon.
exactly this podcast, just with the racism.
I wouldn't say racism is stereotype. It's just like the what you call a stereotypical
No.
Chinese accent or
No.
whatever.
Yes. So
Yeah.
we get
Nah.
features of the stereotypical Chinese accent, the
Yeah, yeah,
stereotypical
No.
Mexican
Let the record show.
accent. The stereotypical Irish accent.
Let the record show Jose Gama is not included.
Okay, so when we get a lot of members
And
on
a
the
good friend
Patreon,
over here, Joey Gama, is just opted out
Oh yeah, that's the last thing I need.
of
is
the
like-
racist Patreon.
it's
That's
not
the
racist.
la- That's the last thing I need is some fighting Irish showing up to my door, putting up Getting hit in the knee with the shillelagh.
Please don't find me and beat me. Come on.
You gotta have fun with it, man. It's all fun and games.
It's always
Yeah.
fun. It's always fun in games until someone gets murdered.
Gets death threats. Oh,
Yeah,
I'm gonna kill
right.
you. I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you with my Russian submarine.
I will crush you, capitalist
I
pig.
will crush you like Rocky crushed London.
Okay. Now we're back. Now we're back on topic.
We're gonna get shut down that first week.
Yeah, I know, right, man?
Right? We're gonna end up on band.video.
Band
You heard
video.
about that, right?
No, what is that?
Okay, I guess Alex Jones got invited to go on some other
hate that
platform, and it's called Band.video. And actually, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of the old Alex Jones.
Is
but
it a streaming?
It's supposed to be like maybe a mix of YouTube with what is it? Like it's gonna be like a Twitch or something, you know, for podcasting.
Oh man,
Hey, what is
so-
Twitch? I've never used that.
It's a
it's
gaming.
awesome.
It was originally primarily for people who wanted to stream gaming, but people are using it for a bunch of different things now.
Yeah.
I think
Lu-
people stream like movies that aren't out yet.
Wrestling.
sometimes. Oh, in wrestling.
Yeah,
Wrestling.
Yeah.
Luchas, dude, Richard, dude, are you
Wrestling?
a fan of old school luchas?
Yeah, it's been a while, but I used to
But
watch.
do you know like Blue Demon and
yeah,
all
El
those?
Santo, El Hijo del Santo.
Blue Demon Jr. is back fighting Wagner, and I watched it on.
Hey, you know what?
Twitch.
Let's take a step back here.
Yeah.
Let's talk about some luchas, man. You and our buddy Mike there are all up in some lucha. What's going
Yeah,
on?
I kind of got him back in. Well, I spurred
That's
him
still
into
on.
it.
That's still current.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
it's
shit.
back.
There's a
dude.
local. There's a few local ones now, right?
Well, no.
Leaks?
No, it's not local. What it is they're bringing back the lucha libre from Mexico. They got so popular now they're just coming back and they're doing shows in America. They're
Nice.
gonna do actually the forum. Dude,
No way.
you should go, Rich. It's gonna be dope.
When is that?
Cain Velasquez is wrestling and he's sick.
What? I thought he was a UFC fighter.
No,
he's not that anymore.
fucking dope.
He's not a UFC fighter no more.
No, well, he switched over to wrestling right now.
Oh.
But what he does all the wrestling, you know, the hurricanrana and the tijeras, the scissors.
Yeah, yeah.
He does that. He does the bicicleta, all of it, really good.
Does
he-
scissoring a lot.
All of it, and he puts jujitsu moves. And I watched.
Where's
them
that video,
personally.
man? You
It's
should have had
on
that queued
YouTube.
up.
Actually, one of my coworkers trains lucha. Like he helps out at some of these matches. That'd be
yeah?
kind of a cool person to like have on at some point.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Dude, hell yeah! You just say no more. Hell yeah! I'll be like a fanboy. Like, dude, do you remember this? Me and him will probably get lost in like 1975 arrest lucha match and shit.
So what are we looking up right here?
Yeah, it's Cain Velasquez wrestling.
You got a big ass head, dude. That dude was meant to be fucking punched. That guy got a big head.
He's got a pit bull head.
Yeah, that guy's head looks like it was like forged
Is
by
that what
someone
you think? It's like, man, that guy's got a big head. That's a head destined to be punched.
Yeah, exactly,
There you go.
dude.
Well,
It's just the
make
impulse.
sure it's not that loud.
Big heads.
Watch this. He wears a lucha mask though.
Oh, sick with
Okay.
horns.
Yeah. So what's dope about
That's dope.
luchas is like, you know about like mascaras versus hair, right?
No,
If you're a lucha and you have a mask, you never take it off anywhere. Like
and then you
in
get
public.
demasked. That's
Yeah.
like you're over, right?
Yeah, it's over, right? But like if you wrestle a guy that has no mask and you win, you have to shave his head.
Oh, I seen that. I remember seeing that when I was a kid.
Yeah. And yeah, you see them all bloody and they're getting a haircut and the hair is getting all into
How
the-
long has this guy been doing this deal?
He just started this
Oh, okay.
because like they're making this. He's gonna be damn it. Oh, that was it.
El Conan.
Yeah, he looks like Conan,
Yeah.
right?
Or Conan O'Brien. Late night.
Here we go. This is it. Here we go.
What the?
This is how he came out,
Yeah, with the Mexican
That's
music.
actually kind of sick.
right?
What was that twerp? God, that was buff. Holy shit.
He's from AEW.
It was like he's fucking CGI.
Yeah, there's this wrestling league that my buddy Mike told me about, and they're actually.
Whoa, who's this guy?
This is a Psycho Clown, I think.
Oh, it looks like
Yeah, it's Psycho Clown. He's dope.
ICP.
Yeah, so they're Mexican luchas. They use a lot of our pop culture and shit. So like you know how there was Doink the Clown and there's like
Wasn't there a wrestler that was like the Crow? Oh no, that was Sting.
no that's
Sting.
no, you're thinking of the one in Mexico is Vampiro.
Vampiro?
He was this like metalhead. He's like one of my favorite. He sucks, but only like because he had a cool image.
They're
I
a little
liked him.
little midget
Oh
wrestler.
yeah, they got those too. So this
They
is
look like-
Kane. That's Kane. That's him right now getting put in that arm hold.
What do you mean?
Damn,
Look at watch. This
that's
is
a big motherfucker.
right.
Look, that guy. Look at that. That guy's heavy. Even if he fake falls, damn, that fool jumped high.
Right? They're all act. That's why it's dope. Like
even if that big dude fake fall like that,
Yeah,
like dude, even
that-
if that's fake, that's
right?
heavy.
I noticed there's a lot more acrobatics.
that's what Mexican lucha is all about. It's been like this since the 70s. It's dope. And what's
Toro.
dope?
Remember that
Oh,
luchador from Jackie Chan Adventures?
Oh
That's Toro?
yeah. You know what's crazy? Did you ever see when they used to run out the ring and land in the crowd?
Yeah, yeah.
And
Oh, that hurt.
And those chairs are bolted in
shit.
too, so they slamming.
That's a smaller ring too, huh?
Yeah, it's a little. Sometimes they're small depending on.
That's
the
not a
venue.
regulation ring.
Nah, there's sometimes
It looks
they're
like
just-
it's a 48 by 48.
Yeah, it
Should
looks
be
like those
50 by
backyard
50.
wrestling rings.
It looks
What?
like some backyard wrestling.
It is.
Oh, that dude looks dope. He's like a cracked out rooster.
Yeah, his name is Psycho Clown. There's another one. There's Killer
shit.
Clown, Psycho Clown.
Psycho Realm.
Yeah, there's like a whole bunch of. It's like the Wu-Tang Clan,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
clowns.
It's kind of like your Mortal Kombat's where everybody else is like a ninja.
It's like Wu-Tang Clown ain't nothing to fuck with, you know.
Yeah.
So here he goes again. This is him.
It looks like it's fun to watch.
Look, that's Kane Levesque. Look at. Everybody was tripping out like,
Dang.
damn, he just did that,
I can't
Look at-
even fake do that.
right?
I can't even it. What the hell?
Look at, oh shit, this is his first move outside the ring. That's what they're always doing in Mexico. They like to do that. They have to jump into a crowd.
That's a lot of acrobatics.
I wonder if the money's
man.
good on that. Or
Well-
it's just more for like the fun, like
Well,
the hobby.
it's
Holy
like this
shit!
cult.
What was that?
It's a cult following, dude.
That was like a straight up freaking windmill or something.
Right? Look at that.
Oh,
Oh,
that was like a Stone Cold Stunner
Right?
on a different level.
So tell me,
like
Rich,
2.0.
are you getting your ticket? Tell me where are you sitting at this event?
I'm
at the
sitting-
forum.
I'm sitting in the front.
My
Oh,
homeboy
no, wait,
Mike,
in the
my
forum?
homeboy Mike's
Right
got
in
it
the back.
at the forum, dude. It's
Oh
gonna,
yeah,
it's gonna be at the
he's
forum.
all
Mike's,
loving
yeah,
that.
my homeboy Mike.
No,
Dude,
what's the league that you guys have been watching?
That's the league.
That's it?
This is it.
So what is this league for everybody at home that
in
wants
Mex-
to take a look it up?
It's literally it's called Lucha. It's Lucha AAA, and it's a Mexican wrestling league. Yeah, straight up. And
Triple A?
they linked up with a independent wrestling league that's fighting that's going up against WWE right now.
Oh,
So that's remember.
about damn time, man. McMahon's got too freaking big.
Well, that's what Mike's been telling you, George and the Third is like he's saying. That's what got me interested, because he was like, dude, they're linking up with AEW. I was like, who? He's like Lucha AAA, and then I started watching it on Twitch, and my mom loved it. That's how good it was. Like, I'm not saying it was corny. It was good. Like the acrobats, and my mom was like, oh my god. And there's just one big girl that she actually does a cartwheel. She's acrobatic. She's over 250 pounds, big mommy, and she is the shit, dude. She's a crowd
Big
pleaser.
mommy?
Yeah, big mommy.
That was dangerous.
Yes. So yeah, man, no.
Okay,
I
so that's
advise
Lucha AAA.
it. Lucha AAA, man. I like it.
All right, Fulios, Lucha AAA. Look it up.
It's-
Join,
I'm gonna
follow,
check
go
as
to
a
the
matter of
event.
fact,
that out when I get home.
look it up at the forum. That's all I gotta say. Enough said. Mic drop. Boom.
All right.
My first article is a team of scientists from China and the USA reported that they have given mice the ability to see in the dark by injecting nanoparticles into their eye particles,
What?
into the eyeballs.
Nice.
Now, the same technique, what they're saying is, can be used on human beings. And this actually allows them to not have to actually go in and do a full gene swap on actual human beings.
Yeah.
They just inject this in your eyes, and you don't need to rely on bulky, night vision goggles. And it actually only lasts about 10 weeks, at least in mice.
Damn. So
Wow,
it's-
I want
so
to
it's
sign up
almost-
for that. I
So,
want
so
that.
it's temporary. So wait a minute.
It's a
So-
temporary
So
effect.
you're saying that the Chinese and the United States are working together on a program, or these two separate programs parallel, working for each
A
nation?
team of scientists.
Oh, okay. Because I know in Hong Kong they have like robotics and stuff. So I'm just saying.
Oh
they have,
man,
like-
there's some crazy things going on in Asia.
Yeah, right.
I'm ready for the steampunk.
So it's like super robots, super soldiers. Man, they're just going full on in China,
That's pretty cool. They're always up to something out there, huh?
right? I mean, seriously, getting injected in your eyes. Like,
Like,
I
who was a test guy for that?
mean,
well,
I'm-
just mice now.
I
But
mean-
who's gonna be the one who goes like, okay, well,
Yeah.
how much would you need to get paid in order to inject your eyes?
Well, I got all I gotta say is like you gotta have a steady hand to inject mice, because
They
like
probably use a robot or something.
what if like they screw up? It's like the mice is just like, yeah, you asshole, you stabbed
they
me in the
don't care.
freaking eye.
I'll see you in the dark.
Yeah, right.
Turns
Like,
into Master Splinter?
right.
So then, doesn't that make you like a Reddick or something, where you have to wear goggles during the day?
like that movie with Vin Diesel.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, right. That depends on how sensitive it is, right?
Well, I mean, it's I guess effectively night vision.
Right.
I don't know what
I
that
mean,
necessarily means
right,
organically.
Because cats have night vision per se. Well, they just see well
Oh man,
better
you're like,
in the dark.
Hey,
So it's like
Are transplants a thing? Is that a thing? Does that happen?
well, there's eye
retina,
transplants.
there's retina transplants, right?
Yeah, to a degree, there is. It's not like it's not often done.
But they say someone
But
lost their
possible.
eye. Have they ever done like where they take a donor's eye and put it on?
Yeah,
That,
I'm pretty sure.
and that works. Like everything comes
People
out.
have
Cool?
reattached their own retinas.
But I'm talking like eyeball.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We can graft down to like the nerve endings, man.
What about blind people?
Research where they've actually given
Sight.
eyesight back.
Well, it's sort of like sight where it sees like the negative light or something.
yeah,
like that.
yeah. It's like the blurry outlines, but for somebody
Oh
who's
shit!
been
Hell yeah!
blind
Yeah,
either
that's better than nothing.
for
Right.
a very long time or their entire life. I
Well,
mean, just out of nowhere, one of your
It makes a strip club pleasurable for a man of that.
just the outlines. I
handicap.
love the silhouettes out here.
Right.
You know what would be really cool? I mean, I hope no one does this, but if they do it, it's because someone wanted to do it. Like if you take like a tiger eye and put it on a human.
Tiger,
You know,
Yeah,
like
man.
tiger eyes.
or
Tiger.
or a gorilla eye, it's the closest thing to a human, and put it on a human. Like someone that lost the eye and the gorilla lost the eye for some whatever reason.
See,
Like-
you wouldn't necessarily want to do that in terms of
Because
surgical.
it wouldn't fit, right?
In the future, what you want to do is you want to
the
use that
future.
CRISPR stuff,
Oh,
the
harvest.
gene.
That
manipulation
3D
chips.
deal, right?
Start growing
Yeah.
it.
Oh, hey, somebody actually grow tiger eyes that are meant for.
Well, you go to
implants?
Armstrong's Lawn and
Yeah.
Garden. You get the eyeball seeds. You put them in a towel. You let them soak in water.
I don't think that's how eyeballs work.
Yeah,
You go. I mean, isn't that how you get like the retina? You know,
that's the chia pit.
I don't think that's how it works,
Those nerve
Joey.
endings. Damn it.
That's not how it works.
No, but you know
that's
how
not how you grow eyeballs in jars.
You know how tiger eyes look so cool? Like they look like fucking marbles. Like imagine having tiger eyes at work, legit. That's dope. Sign
I was
me
like,
up.
okay, there's contacts for that, but then yeah.
Yeah, but I'd
okay.
rather have them long, like full term, and then dude, eagle eyes. Boom.
Eagle eyes, eagle
Oh, but they're
eyes.
small,
Yeah,
huh?
dude. Like
They're small.
Now, when they're genetically altered and grown,
where can we
for
get-
your own eagle eye?
Where can we order those? Can you put them in the cart?
damn.
Well, it's
right?
gonna be future
Let's
Amazon.
see,
It's
let's see,
Hey,
2, 4,
but-
6.
but like
Order
if you-
6 pairs of those
gonna be
eagle
future
eyes, Joey.
Amazon under the genetic alterations tabs.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I'll go for that.
Amazon.
I'll go for that.
What's
Well-
bigger than Amazon?
Nothing yet. Future Amazon, Taco Bell,
No. The Sierras.
the Sierra.
Yeah,
The Sierras?
Yeah, whatever. You know, the one of those that's bigger than Amazon. So that we're gonna make our own website that's bigger than Amazon.
Pantasia,
Call it Sierras or Saharas or whatever.
we deliver
We deliver and we have eagle eyes.
genetic alterations to your door in less than 50 minutes.
Because it's going that route. You guys know, it's gonna be where it's like, yo, I'm gonna order some brand new ears, because I hate my ears.
Well, yeah.
know?
I mean,
Let's-
you never know.
Let's
It-
be
it
the
could get
first
like that.
ones to deliver.
Is mankind
straight.
basically in the future like degenerated down to a bunch of like potato heads?
Yeah,
where
Mr. Potato.
You just,
yes.
you just walk in the morning and you just get your
I didn't.
all your different faces and you just kind of put them on.
George, that'd be fucked up. It's like you get stuck in traffic and all the ice melts and you're just like trying to deliver the body parts. You're like,
Yeah.
hey, you just like leave it and you just like forge a signature. He's like, hey, I got signature. And they're like, hey, asshole.
So who left the jars of lips on the curb here? It's like, ah,
Yeah,
shit.
shit.
All melted.
And then you get traced by the GPS. You forgot to shut off your phone. Damn.
It's like they just catch a jar of eyes in your trunk. I don't know how that got there.
Well, the only way to get away with that
Like
is
gummy
having having an iPhone 5 SE. Those are like supposedly like one of the better phones that Apple made. And you can
collecting
actually,
eyeballs?
no, I'm just saying, like, if you want to get away with it and, like, you know, turn off your phone and, you know, and, like, you say you screwed up, you know, you just say, oh, well, sign up. Never mind.
So
Forget
basically, you're
Yeah.
telling me burner phone, right?
that. Yeah, well, yeah,
Is that what you're giving me?
Apple does have a.
That's an
like,
expensive burner phone.
It is an
man.
expensive, but it's off the grid. It's an OTG phone.
Sheesh,
It's an off the grid phone, they call it.
that went in a dark turn.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what?
I have nothing to do with what he just said.
You
Yeah,
know
I'm
what?
just saying,
I
plausible
have,
deniability.
I have an equal dark turn.
Hey, I gotta
because-
look out for my drivers, all right? Hey,
okay.
one of these days they're gonna have an instance, and they're gonna be like, "Dude, what do I do?" It's like, "Don't worry, son, I got you."
At Jose Gama on Facebook.
And Jose Gama on the Facebook. All right. Well, also coming out of the Chinese sciences, so out of the Academy of Sciences out there in China, they've also created sonic handheld guns to help the military in its law enforcement responsibilities. Basically, what it does is the handheld device is pointed into the crowd, and when shot, focuses waves of sound that target the eardrums, eyeballs, brains of the person to make them vibrate painfully.
Oh wow, a gun?
Yes.
Vibrate?
Yeah, it's kind of like the LRAD, right? Where basically, because you've seen those LRAD, the ones that America has, where they like usually put them on top of a Humvee. They're on ships.
Well, the article actually says that these guns are powered by inert gas.
Oh wow!
And I guess
Inert
the
gas.
gas is heated, and the particles begin to like vibrate and emit monotonous sound.
Uh-huh.
Like, so I don't know. Like, I guess if you mess with the frequencies, it makes people shit themselves.
Oh yeah. Well, what they do is they probably
shit.
it vibrates your intestines. This is stuff that they were practicing supposedly in Iraq, the Iraq Desert Storm War, and they were testing it, and it was giving people diarrhea. They were making people like couldn't like shooting intense hearing and blowing people's eardrums out, dude.
You know
That's
what?
crazy.
Thank God for future Amazon, where you can buy new ears that don't get blown out by sonic guns.
Oh no! It can. You just buy a new one.
So
Oh yeah. If you get
yeah.
blown out by accident, well, just buy some new ones.
It's not
all
Amazon
under,
Sahara.
No, why you buy? It's under warranty, George. Didn't you? Hello, the Weibo. I mean, what is it? The Huawei has it.
The Huawei. That's that cryptid animal, right?
I don't want to buy anything from that Huawei, because especially like body parts, because I don't know what
about
kind of
La Curacao?
implants be in there.
That'd be actually a really dope. Just
La
like
Curacao. What the? A Mexican furniture store? What
They have
the?
everything. They have everything there, bro. They have everything. They got.
Man, what the? La Curacao. They got a little mind control penguin and shit.
Yeah, so fat dude like, bienvenido, que quiere unas orejas, aquí está.
Ah,
Aquí está, papi.
right?
¿Qué quiere, mami? Quiere una pierna nueva. Aquí está, mami. Aquí está.
Me deja muy machín.
Mochino,
muy
usada
machín.
2 veces. Piernas usadas.
Mucho tequericio, my friend.
Uy, Dios mío.
fuck. I felt like I just clicked like the wrong language like box on my tab. It's like, what happened? What happened to my podcast here?
Right.
It's completely like I.
You hit a wrong turn on Pico, on Pico Rivera.
You know how I always get random ideas at random times?
Yeah, sure. Is
you
this
go.
one of those random
Bro,
times?
take this smoke while I say my idea. Check it out. You said you feel like you just hit the wrong thing on the TV, right? Check this out. What do you make glasses that have a microphone that when someone talks, subtitles appear on your lenses in whatever language? So someone's talking Chinese and English, just like watching TV, they pop up. That should be a thing that doesn't exist right now.
I think that's actually in like the new like Google Glass. At least
shit.
translators. And
was
that's
that?
definitely something that's going to be in the future.
Yeah, hell yeah. That's going to be like, I mean, I'm not trying to like
if-
be
if-
smarty pants, but that's got to be in
But
the future.
subtitles, that'd be kind of cool too. You know, like that would actually help people learn new languages.
Oh, I think there is a translator. I've seen commercials, but there's not glasses that have subtitles.
Yeah, that would
I don't
be
think
dope.
I've seen subtitle
Thank you.
glasses.
No,
You guys
that's
are welcome,
dope.
world. You guys are welcome. That was my idea. I don't have the money to make it, but I have the idea, and someone's gonna hear it and take it, run with it. Just send us a free pair.
The Steve,
all I ask,
the
right?
Steve Jobs estate is about to
Thank you, thank you.
take you out tonight. They're like, he knows
He knows too
Let me
much,
get his ass. He knows too much, Mr. Bond.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but going back to that, those it was basically riot control weapons. I mean, with Hong Kong going off, you think that's coincidence? They start talking, or maybe articles are written about this.
Oh, do you think they're being used in those protests?
Oh, do you think? I mean, like they're doing some like straight Cold War tactics.
Yeah.
Like they're following the protesters into the metro, and then just when they're about to get onto the train, the undercover agents start grabbing people.
You know, I saw that they were spraying people with blue paint
Yeah.
to get them.
They were actually even mixing up people. They were beating up protesters, but there's people that weren't a part of the protest that were just trying to go home, and they got in the mix-up too, and they were getting beat up. There's a guy that was a radio show host that was showing up with the protest, and then they turned on him saying he might have been a collaborator. And so the crowd started beating him up.
Wow.
Like they don't even know who to to rally around.
See, that's
or,
the
like,
thing, man. When the mob starts turning on itself, that's when the lawfuls basically, they win.
right? Well, yeah, even Jackie Chan, they're like going off on Jackie Chan because he's like, he didn't even say anything about like Hong Kong. Like he basically like says, "Oh, these protests make me sad."
Jackie Chan said that?
Yeah.
Jackie Chan almost be saying something about Jello.
Okay, I think we're done. We're done with this topic. Next.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh,
There you go.
Yeah, boy.
Summoner.
hey.
Mech overheating. Summoner. Targeting engaged.
Target acquired. 15 seconds till impact. Roll out. I am Optimus Prime, leader of the Autobots.
Megatron, we must destroy the Autobots. Yes, let's kill.
What's his name again? Fuck, what's his name? The main guy. Megatron, Optimus.
Yes, let's kill Optimus and all the Autobots. Autobots. Decepticons.
Starscream had
was fun. It was fun.
Alzheimer's.
What did they say when they transform?
Roll out, man.
No, the Decepticons.
Oh, Decepticons.
Destroy or something?
Lie to people.
Deceive.
I remember on Beast Wars.
Decepticons deceive.
On Beast
Terrorized.
Wars was
It
terrorized.
Yeah.
It was like
Oh yeah,
those Dinobots terrorize.
right.
God, it's gonna bug the hell out of me now.
I-
What was their thing?
I was a big Dinobots.
Dinobots.
Grimlock.
Oh yeah.
Waspinator terrorize.
Grimlock don't like Decepticons.
Which one was Grimlock?
He was the
Grimlock.
Tyrannosaurus Rex.
He's talking about the old school ones,
The
where it
old
was
those are
the old school
yeah.
Dinobots. There was like a
Stegosaurus,
Triceratops.
Yeah. Stegosaurus.
I was thinking of Beast Wars.
The Beast Wars
Brontosaurus.
ones were pretty dope too, but they were a different like. They're in the same universe,
Yeah,
but
I
it was like
thought-
in the future. It was kind of
I,
cool though.
I thought they were cool. I was all right. I'm privy to my old school, but I still thought the Beast Wars was pretty cool.
The Beast Machine shit was weird.
Beast Machine? I don't remember
Beast
that shit.
Machine's weird. That was the one that came after it. That was weird. That was a weird one.
3, 2, 1.
Mech engaged.
All right, guys. Next topic. On the found this is on Futurism.com. The headline says, "Someone selling a functional 15-ton battle mech on eBay."
What?
So actually, if anyone's been familiar with this, these were the Megabots. They were going around on social media not too long ago, and I guess teams in Japan and the USA decided to go ahead and build these Megabots from some sort of giant bot duel,
Yeah.
and it didn't really like come out to be as exciting as what people thought because honestly, it took so much time to craft these things.
No one wanted to
And-
see them destroyed.
Well, yeah, that, and also we're not really there yet, I guess, and all it really was just them kind of pushing each other
Yeah, I know.
and trying
then-
to like knock each other down.
But then plus also it kind of is a little heavy, and eventually if it one of those parts does gives away, it might snap
Yeah.
someone's neck.
Did,
There's
You
that
know,
thing too.
did
It
you
was-
get,
Or
it-
tipping over on a crowd.
It's kind of it's dope until
Yeah.
you actually have to go do it, and then there's way too many liabilities and things. And
Yeah, we'll-
speaking of that,
We'll just do VR.
I just saw a video today by Boston Dynamics, that
Okay.
robot company that makes that dog-looking robot.
oh yeah, yeah,
Well, they
yeah.
have they posted up a video I think this week of a robot like that humanoid looking one, but it's actually like walking and it does backflips, dude. And then it does a backflip and it twists and it lands.
See, now
It's getting crazy, bro.
that tells me just how off Terminator was, because we don't
Come with me if you want to live.
see right off the bat. These Terminators are way more agile
Yeah.
than
Can
we
you-
are.
Come with me if you want to
I
live.
can
The thing's
totally-
gonna be jumping
Look
through
at that move.
windows.
Can you
Look at
imagine?
that
it
move. Look at that.
Look at that. It's
I
gonna
can't
lift,
even do that.
George, it's gonna lift his leg up in that middle of middle and just kick your ass. That's what it's gonna do. Eventually, when they start learning, they don't give these things, I bet, full capability to learn. Because if they did, they probably would start kicking our ass.
Well, yeah,
'Cause-
you know what's gonna happen? That one girl, what's that girl's name?
Sophia?
That robot?
Yeah, I was just
she's
gonna go there.
She's gonna go and reprogram them.
Shout out to Sophia. As a matter of fact, she was actually sponsored.
By
Jeffrey
us.
Epstein actually bragged to. a
Wait, what is
journalist.
this? Who is this?
Sophia is this robot.
A robot that thinks to herself.
There's two robots. What they did is there was these there's this robotic company, and they had a debate between two robots, and the awkward part is like the robots started talking about they want to destroy humans.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
when you had the
Yeah, it's like-
everyone's like, oh, okay, show's over.
Destroy the
Yeah.
humans.
It was just like, wait, what? It's like, yeah, that's. But the thing is, what's interesting about that is Jeffrey Epstein actually bragged to a journalist, and it came out about a week and a half ago, that he actually donated money and helped fund Sophia. And then the company came out and said, no, hell no, we didn't, no.
You
See,
know, I think she was granted citizenship in Dubai or something like that.
I think
Crazy.
there's a vault where all these super AIs that they keep hidden, you know, like as like a maximum security prison
Yeah.
Right?
for like all of them. As soon as they start talking about like, oh, we should kill the human beings. Anyways, we gotta put you away.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, we need to.
But you want to still
spill
kind
the
of
beans.
study them. You still kind of want to study them and just kind of like figure out.
Yeah. I mean, you do, right? But then it's just like these weird, like, that's just too scary that they're talking to each other. They're, having a debate. Then let's kill humans. I mean, not necessarily
It's
in
like
that order.
nonchalantly, it's like, oh, wait, hold on. It's like, sir, the algorithm just told us that, can you imagine that that's probably something that's a secondary, like, program that sits there and watches the other two talk?
It's
It's like,
dormant.
hey, they mentioned the secret words. What was it? Destroy all humans. Okay,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
gotta plug.
Yeah. And it's-
I think it's like MK-Ultra. It's like they think they're programmed, but when they send out the secret word, it's gonna activate. Remember that
okay.
episode of it was The Simpsons when they go to Itchy Scratchy Land and take pictures and the robots go all crazy?
Oh yeah, because the
so
cameras.
That's what's gonna happen with Sophia. Someone's gonna do something or say something, she's gonna go all crazy and just go haywire and start just killing people.
Jeez.
I mean, what was it? There was that one robot that didn't want to let its one of its programmers out of the room. And
Yeah, it became
shit.
super infatuated. All it was just a robotic arm.
oh, damn, that's
Wow.
creepy.
All
Right?
it was a robotic arm, and it got attached to one of the researchers, and then it was just being really productive, and then like kind of like possessive.
Yeah.
And it always wanted just to work with that one.
It's
person.
like it's
And-
like that commercial where they're selling at Circuit City, and this vacuum is like the self vacuum cleaner.
Damn, Circuit City?
Yeah, and,
God
do you
damn,
remember that?
son.
And then
that shit
I guess like the robot's like he's like a helpful robot, and then the customer's getting ready to buy a vacuum. He's like, "No, you can't buy her." He's like, "Why? I love her." And it's just like, damn. Like back then, they even had the concept of like robots falling in love, but you know,
That's kind of an interesting concept. There is like if we've already figured out how to make the robots creepy on their own.
yeah, they've already figured that out.
Look at that
themselves.
face that's
You know?
on the TV. That's
Right?
creepy, period.
Right?
Sophia.
Yeah, this
Okay,
happened.
okay, guys, just pause. What are we watching right now?
Okay, what this is at South by Southwest. I guess CNBC had like a little like interview with the robot, and I guess like they were just like asking it questions, and it slipped in.
That guy's a robot.
That's the owner or CEO. I'm sorry.
You know what this reminds me of? If you guys ever watched Bill and Ted 2, Bogus Journey, where they had the evil like Bill and Ted's,
Yeah,
where they,
yeah,
like
yeah.
they pull off their skin.
Yeah, and they build the robotuses.
Yeah, the robotuses.
What was that guy's name?
Yeah, these guys I think are out of Hong Kong.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man, there's some crazy things coming out
You know,
of Asia.
you know what? I had an epiphany. It's like, what if like I'm not would have, but in my eyes, I view like the Southeast Asia like is like this cyberpunk world. Like their metropolises are neon and colorful. They resemble more of a cyberpunk city than ours, like New York used to, but they take the cake because they build their buildings are built around LED lights and that's dope.
See, at least 10 years from now, it will be a cyberpunk dystopia.
Oh yeah. At least they're building the infrastructure for it.
Oh man,
they're gonna have infrastructure for it.
I'm gonna have to go there for like my second jaw or something. It's gonna be like all
Damn.
like James Bond, like Jaws, where the dude's like lower jaw.
the
was
big
just
guy?
like-
Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
That's a crazy picture.
I forgot the guy's name. Right?
It's almost like a real person.
Man.
Yep, that's exactly what we look like underneath all that skin.
Mm-hmm.
You know, except for fleshy.
Fleshy.
Right.
Okay. And bloody. Yeah.
So start. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hi, may I speak to Charlene? Charlene's not home right now. Would you like to take a message? Remember those old songs that would have an intro?
Oh, like that? You like those drums?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I just don't know if I should take you home right now. I don't want to get hurt. I wonder if I take you home.
Oh.
Oh, that's dope. I like that.
Damn. Damn, I miss my music. Damn you, Rich. Oh! And we're back.
Hell yeah, we're back.
Yeah.
Lovely
That was a
intermission music.
Little intermission right there, right?
Yeah.
Hell
Man, that was fun.
That was sick, man.
That was all done live, ladies and gentlemen.
Hell yeah.
Yes. More things.
Armin
to
van
add.
Buren, eat your heart out.
Yeah.
Complexities upon complexities on this podcast.
Right? Yeah, Reggie Watt
Yeah,
ain't
that's
got
how we get
shit
down.
on. Ain't got shit on Rage.
Mm-hmm. Yes, right. You heard right, biatch. No, I'm just kidding. So let's get into our last segment, boys.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Joey Gama, you have been
I've been
called
tapped.
forth to present yourself in front of the assembly.
Ladies and gentlemen, men of the wise fellows table, I bring you a story so dark, damn, fucked up. I'm breaking.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
I'm breaking character right now.
What you got here, Joey?
It's the it's the tale, not he who tells it. So basically, what I was reading my Crazy Days and Nights blog, and I'm gonna give you the cliff notes. Basically, there was a blind saying there's a honeypot house run by the Rothschilds in New Orleans that specializes in entrapping Hollywood celebrities, which had ties to an old Mardi Gras crew and mind control experimentation. It was burned down following wider knowledge of it spreading online to hide its relation to many other crimes. So basically, it's talking about the Tulane experiments in New Orleans. It was funded by the CIA, and what they were working with was deep brain stimulation.
Okay, what is that?
Electrodes in the brain.
Electrodes. Okay.
So they would implant like they would open it up and give you like maybe 50 electrodes to certain parts of your brain, and they even had a surgical tube that went to a certain brain, and it would drip in certain chemicals when they're it's basically electroshock
Like a lobotomy?
therapy. Yeah.
So what is the purposes, or what were they trying to accomplish? With this?
On the outside, the Tulane cover story was it was trying to help with depression, not only with schizophrenia as well. Patients with schizophrenia and depression, to see how can they cure them.
Oh, I see.
Like
So
a
it was kind of a
lobotomy.
research.
It's exactly what it was, but it was more of like a damn torture, just straight bad. Like some people didn't know they were being like, this is what they signed up for. Because they needed a control.
So exactly, who was carrying these sort of things out, and what sort of experiments?
Well, there was it was run by a guy named Russell Monroe at Tulane. He was the head of that department in Tulane. I'm getting my notes as we speak for that part. It was Russell Monroe. They called him the Moriarty of mind control. Right? And
that seems like a pretty awesome title.
Yeah, he even did. I've been trying to find his picture. I'll post it up in the Batcave. There's a picture that he did, and I think it was Time, where he's got these, like, it says Cloak and Dagger, and there's all these knives, and it looks like a 1930s, 40s, like a horror like movie, like Nosferatu.
So basically, he
took on-
specialized in mind control studies.
Well, he was in charge of it, and he was basically making sure all the scientists were staying on task, you know. But the one who was most notorious for this experiment at Tulane was Dr. Heath. Dr. Heath was the one that was full on electrodes in the brain, and when other doctors were doing this in other colleges, they frowned on what he was doing. He was giving this pleasure box. This box was hooked up to the electrodes in the brain, and instead of the doctors pushing the buttons to see which one gave them the best pleasurable experience, he gave it to the patients, and they were pushing the button, and they found out they were pushing it to like up to 1,500 times a day.
Damn.
It was just like euphoria.
It was addictive.
It was addictive.
Like self-pleasure.
Real bad, yeah. Yeah, and they were using Louisiana, the penal system, like Angola, which is a notorious
So
prison.
just basically criminals.
College, just psychology patients.
Ah.
They were randomly because they wanted to test different types of people, different types of depression, from different environments, different, controls, different.
So you basically, they found out that you can create these little sensors that'll set off pleasure sensors in your brain. And that's how they would use them to mind control people?
Yeah, this is a part of Project Artichoke and Bluebird, which was going on in the 50s. Matter of fact, Bluebird was founded 1950.
420.
Yeah, shout out to 420. We don't gotta worry about Hitler anymore. It's like MK-Ultra, baby. So going back to Bluebird was a project for the government during the Korean War. POWs were coming back, and some were even being brought. What do they call that? Perp walked on TV in North Korea, and they were denouncing what they were. They were saying I'm guilty of dropping germ bombs. So North Korea was claiming during the Korean War that we were using germ warfare. And so the CIA wanted to figure out how can we deprogram the POWs from North Korea, because North Korea was supposedly using mind control to get our POWs to say all that.
Okay, so
it's
go
weird.
back.
It's
so
weird.
The POWs in the North Korean camps were being basically, they were broken, and then they were trying to like Manchurian Candidate.
That's where the movie came from. The premise is that some soldiers they escaped North Korea, crossed in the Soviet Union, and somehow got into America, and they were Frank
Sleeper
Sinatra.
agents,
Yeah, they were
basically.
sleeper cells. Frank Sinatra plays an assassin,
Hmm.
and it was a bunch of cards, a sequence of cards that would have to be shown, and that
So
would
you-
initiate.
What you're saying is then they actually created this in real life, where
Well,
they were
I'm
trying to
getting there.
deprogram POWs coming back
Yeah,
who were potentially.
Here's the plot twist. Okay, we used the excuse of mind control, the North Korean mind control, so that we can perform experiments on the POWs. And basically, we were putting them in a coma, and using truth serums on them. And they weren't even probably, there wasn't even probably mind control. They were tortured, that type of mind control. But other than like Manchurian candidates, they weren't doing that. We were the ones doing that later. But it's just this weird plot twist where we thought of it, we threw it on them, and then later on, 4 years later in Artichoke, we started using that. Like,
Well, I mean, that's basically all the pre-research that went into future mind control projects, I suppose. Like, That's
So-
the base knowledge.
Yeah,
was
so-
created in these, experiments.
So Bluebird was in 1950. Then a year later was Artichoke. Now Bluebird was just to test if we have agents that might be defecting to other countries. So we were going and using unsuspecting, like our own scientists and agents. We were dosing them, and then we were giving them LSD and just to see if they were giving bad, information or snitching or whatever. And that evolved into Artichoke, where we were creating assassins, mind control. But it wasn't effective. It was unstable. All the best results that we can guarantee is amnesia. We can brain wipe people.
But you couldn't actually get them to do any of the really complex things.
Sort of. We can. We just can't get them to do complex. We can get them to fight. We can get them to do certain things. We were running simulations, and some they were called psychic couriers. They were basically mind controlled to carry a message that they don't know. Subliminally they carry it, so they'll get pulled into a safe house, drugged, given the message, and then told to go somewhere. Then they're gonna get, and then they get picked up, taken to a safe house, and get deprogrammed.
That's kind of like having your a really complicated version of a carrier pigeon.
Right, that's what it is.
Right.
Right. Mm-hmm. What happened is the program just kept evolving into first using a coma and drugs, and then Artichoke, the assassin program, and that's where we first used mushrooms. Like Albert Hoffman, he was a source for LSD to the program, and also mushrooms. They went to Mexico and got mushrooms from some tribe. They even recorded the rituals that take place. They were interested in all that cult stuff, and they brought it back and they instituted just the use of the mushroom, how to induce how to control somebody. It was just dark, and using it under doctor's supervision. It's crazy, and in some instances it was court ordered. They had the judge order it.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's like, man, it makes you think, like, damn, these doctors, while we're living a life, these guys are just, electroshock therapy. They were just brain wiping people. I mean, by the thousands.
Do you think these doctors got into it? When you have like warlocks and things where you get to the forbidden arts, and it's like, well, this is just kind of part of it, I'm a necromancer. I'm gonna have to deal with these really gross things. It's just part of the science. It's just part of the learning.
Frank Olson.
Or do you think these people actually kind of felt bad about what they were doing?
Well, Frank Olson did. Frank Olson was he was a bacteriologist, and he was recruited for the program for all these bio agents. And he's the one that was going to speak out and realize we were using bio agents in Korea.
You mean like a whistleblower?
He was a whistleblower, and they dosed him with LSD, and he's the guy on History Channel that there's a special about. that he fell out of a window, and they said it was an accident. But there was a investigation in '75 where they found out that he was actually pushed out.
That would be a dope, like, super villain. Just some guy that just injects you full of LSD and just throws you out windows.
That's what they did. They did it as
That makes you super powerful, right?
Happy trip, motherfucker.
well, this is what they did.
You know what? This is Scarecrow. The Scarecrow probably just did that.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of like like how tech companies they do group projects and group outings. So like Frank Olson was a part of a tech group at Fort Detrick, and they had a little retreat. And what they did was they dosed him with LSD, and then they started laughing at him, and they like just
cool.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, they bullied him. That's a part of MK-Ultra. That's a part of the treatment. They bully you. They make you have what you call an ego death. And like he had this ego death, and within he was ready to resign.
We're gonna bully this man for science.
Well,
and for our own egos, we will kill his ego.
They interrogated him. They wanted to see if he was gonna snitch, and
those are bad friends,
they did.
man.
Well, they're scientists.
Don't make scientists friends.
Yeah. Those are not the sort of friends that I want to have at my birthday party.
Right?
Yeah, don't invite your scientist
That
friends.
guy, the guy in the artwork you see with the glasses that I'll be posting up in the group. That's the glass guy that saw Frank Olson. They didn't say he pushed him in there, but he might have locked himself in the bathroom and said, "Oh, I was in the bathroom while he flew out." That's crazy, man.
Yeah,
they interviewed all these guys and they asked them, and they're all like plausible deniability. You know, and one of the scientists that was a friend of the family was assigned, his job was to hang around the family and console the wife, make sure she doesn't ever ask too many questions. And the families thought that he was just being a nice guy. Yeah, that's fucked up, man.
Well, the moral of the story is don't make friends with scientists.
Yeah, man.
Correct.
Scientists.
I mean, damn, right?
Terrible human beings.
Well, that evolved and just basically like...
Or science.
Torture.
Science.
That evolved into this deep brain stimulation and even maybe possible virtual reality.
No. What are you talking about here? What you're talking about here, Gama?
Well, I'm just saying because the blind that I'm referring to mentioned about movies being used to experiment like MK-Ultra, testing the results. I mean, the reactions of people watching the movie, like a scary ass movie like Jaws 3D, that they actually tested in a theater, like 7 theaters, and they wanted to test the reaction because this movie is like it's got interesting perspectives like a Predator, where like a lot of the camera angles are like you creeping up on people, and it's it's in 3D.
So what's going on here? They're actually they've integrated these mind control techniques into certain 3D movies.
Well, that's what they were testing in the 80s, and they integrated it into 2 movies.
And was one Jaws? Did you say
Jaws 3D, and another movie that was with Steve Guttenberg, the spy that wasn't really there, and it made no sense. And it made no sense for a reason because they wanted to test it as a control. Basically, like it makes no sense, and it was a stupid ass movie, so no one's gonna laugh. No, so they wanted to see if some of the cheap gags they use would actually increase the laughter, which there's no laughter. So it was just like the stupid movie to begin with. But you know, like science, you gotta have one like a placebo.
Okay.
You know, that's all it was. So now they're saying in the blind that the next movie that's going to come out that will be testing it, like the 2.0 version, is going to be with virtual reality maybe, and maybe that's what the Matrix plot is going to be. Instead of plugging in, it'll be plugging into a virtual reality headset. Right?
I don't know about that.
Right?
Well, only because
computer.
I love VR and I'm super biased about that. But I know that the dystopian aspects of what this technology can bring is exactly what you're talking about. You will be able to question your own reality.
Right.
Because at some point, what do you know that you see is truth?
Isn't that what the Matrix was?
Well, yeah, the Matrix
right?
was
the movie, the plot. I'm just saying. You're just.
It was also a dope way to learn kung fu.
Yeah, and it had that dope 360 camera angle where it froze and just went. That was dope. It froze a kick in the air. That was awesome.
Oh yeah,
you know.
My
Yeah.
computer doesn't need to freeze in order for me to do 360.
Right?
Old computer stuff.
Yeah.
Right?
Windows 98.
Windows 98, that's right.
Windows Me.
Right?
That sim was running Windows 98.
Well, one more question, George. What would I say if there was one place where they tested these experiments in a haunted house?
What do you mean?
Well, there's this mansion in Montreal
Okay.
called Ravenscraig,
Okay.
built in 1863, and it was donated to the Allen Medical Hospital. So yeah, it's this Italian Renaissance mansion, 72 rooms, and basically this is where they did they had like deep pattern. It was basically electroshock therapy.
So wait, what happened in this house? This gothic estate, the Ravenscraig,
Oh,
built
this
in
is-
1816 to 1863 was how long these projects ran? Is that correct?
No. It was just built there, but later on it was donated when the time came around. Like when these, like in maybe like in the 1950s, it was donated to a hospital.
So they had
Like a school.
basically a building full of 72 rooms of escape rooms.
Basically, man, that's scary.
That sounds dope, except it was scary back in the day,
Well,
right?
well,
Where there
well-
were real escapes.
Well, this is where they coined crazy ass terms like psychic driving, where they would put earmuffs on your head and just leave them on for like a week or 2 weeks or even a month at a time, and it would and you would listen to a message like your mother doesn't love you, your family doesn't love you. If they did, it would be here to rescue you, and that's all you hear all day, all night for a whole month, and then they just like give you drugs and that just like wipes you. You forget who you are, and you start. This is what you're here for. They start implanting a message. They have this thing called a sleep room that was so fucking scary. They interviewed one of the caretakers that got experimented on.
Is that the one where they don't let you sleep?
No, it was just where people would sleep and people would be having like nightmares, and people would be talking in their sleep. People would be like screaming, and people said when they walked past the sleep room, they would have to put their backs like against the wall and like as far as they can in the hallway or away from that room because it was so scary. Cause like just a whole room full of people crying like babies, wanting their mom. Their
What's
dad.
inducing those nightmares?
Mescaline, LSD, mushrooms, DMT.
See, that is the Scarecrow from like Batman.
Yeah, huh? From the Dark
Right?
Knight.
Yeah, dude. Like that's what I would do if I had his power, which is basically gas people with LSD and then throw them out windows.
Right?
Yeah.
And then have rooms upon rooms of nightmare children screaming in
Right.
the dark. That sounds
Well, how could you weaponize this? Well,
weaponize it. This is a form of
Right.
entertainment. That's
right? I mean, I'm not saying right there, but I'm being sarcastically right. But yeah, you can give this to a dictator and let him go crazy, and just like you know what I mean, watch him fall apart. Because like
Wait,
some-
what would you be giving the dictator? You would give him the
LSD.
The LSD.
just give him like LSD, he wouldn't know it.
but
and just-
LSD doesn't induce like nightmares all the time.
No,
it's just
no,
a crazy trip.
Yeah, but when he's trying to give a meaningful speech and he's like not knowing he's under the influence of it, you'll make someone just sound like they don't know what they're talking about, or they go off in just weird tangents. So you discredit someone with
I mean,
these.
that's true. That's true. That's definitely true. Where like you don't want to get dosed by anything without being told.
Right?
Anything.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Can you imagine like if somebody had dropped, not LSD, like
So,
I would say acid, but that's basically what LSD
that's what it is,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I mean, if someone just dosed you with acid and you weren't expecting it,
right. A flocka or one of those weird East Coast drugs, like right?
Yeah.
that would be messed up. Maybe. What if flocka is one of those drugs that they're experimenting on?
so basically they created a escape room, a 72 room escape room back in the day, where everything you touched was coated in LSD and you're just constantly bad tripping because they were just inducing bad trips.
Yeah. Why not? Right?
I mean, that sounds like a hell of a job. I mean, can you imagine what am I gonna do today? You know, I'm gonna go in and just watch people scream.
You want to know what's funny? The guy who took over the experiment, because Dr. Ewan Cameron was the guy overseeing this project at Ravenscraig. The guy who oversee it later said that I thought it was kind of weird. He goes, because the interviewer asked him, "Don't you think it's kind of dark that you guys were experimenting and just morbid?" And he's like, "Well, actually, it's the other way around. You know, it was kind of hard on the guys maintaining all these patients. You know, you got to feel for all these guys that the caretakers that were feeding and made sure all these patients had to go to the bathroom. What about them? Don't you think they had don't you think they were tortured?" It's like, what?
Yeah, but that doesn't mean
right.
It's like two wrongs don't make a right.
Right.
It just creates like a further spiral of like
it's horrible
inhuman hell.
Yeah,
that's crazy, man.
And then they asked the other doctor. I believe he was working at Tulane. And they asked him, "Well, don't you feel bad about dosing all these people?" Because there's this one African American soldier that he was in the intelligence or something, and some top secret documents went missing, and they blamed him. They're like, "Oh, you did it."
I don't know what happened.
Yeah, and so instead of giving him a court martial, they just dosed him with these drugs to see if they gave him lie detectors. Because this whole program is basically a 3-man team. It's a lie detector, you give them drugs, and you give them this lie detector. Then the next day, you start giving them this like sleep you knock them in a coma, all these drugs, and you wipe their brain out.
I think it's really
crazy.
just 3 people who get off on torture, drugging people, and just straight intimidation.
Yeah.
And calling it science.
It makes you think about polygraphs now, because that's what they were using polygraphs for back then. Like they were using their heart rate, testing if someone's lying.
Well, I mean,
so then they were testing.
It's kind of like how Sigmund Freud back in the day was all about the cocaine.
Oh yeah, he was all about.
He wanted everybody to get some cocaine.
He was in love with the cocoa. Yeah, right. You know, it's, you know, he was. It's kind of, you know, that's another thing that they mentioned. I'm glad you brought that up. A lot of scientists that were studying like whatever drug that they were dosing people, they got hooked on it. They, you know, it's kind of like don't get high on your own supply. And they did.
Don't get high on your own super tonics.
Yeah.
Back in the day, they were all just super drugs.
Well, think about this. The hippie movement is grateful for these experiments, because if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't have LSD.
So, the ray of sunshine in this horrific cloud of hellish torture is, hey, now we have better ways to trip really hard.
That's wrong, but that's the morbid way of thinking of it. Yeah. Like, if it wasn't for these experiments, we wouldn't have
safe ways to get high.
Yeah, no, because you got to have some guys to go through all these crazy overdoses and experiments and say, "Oh, can't do that anymore. Well, this is how you use it," and they did it. They did it in the scientific method. So there's no like homie hookup. There's no homie. Oh yeah, just take 3 of these. You should be good. No, there's like, well, according to, they said, a suitcase full of LSD can dose the United States.
Oh, nice. So we need that.
That's very. That's a very cost-effective.
Think about that. Because you've heard of St. Elmo's fire, right?
I kind of want LSD now. I'm really.
Yeah. Put that in the shopping.
Well, you've heard of St. Elmo's fire, right?
No.
Well, because LSD is derivative from bread mold, ergot. So what they do is they synthesize it. But if you take too much ergot, see the bad thing about ergot poisoning is it's gangrenous.
Now didn't they say that possibility of like the Salem witch trials was the fact that they had infected grain that was making people trip? Yeah,
I was just gonna say that could be a reason why we have the medieval dragon stories. You know, like people were eating mold, and we have these crazy ass stories.
The funny thing about that is the witch hunters back in the day did the same thing that these scientific folks were doing too. It was just basically people like getting off on torturing other people.
Right? Mm-hmm. Damn, I mean, it's crazy because it's like these guys were just not getting stuff off the street; they're getting the pure stuff. Like, you know, we know, like, you know, as a cannabis enthusiast, I love getting good good bud, good clean
Yeah.
bud, and that's what you're getting there. You're getting good clean LSD. You're not getting, like when you get club drugs and you're not sure what it's cut with. You're getting the good shit.
Yeah, but you're getting the good shit because it's being manufactured by the guys who are applying to bring out, like it's when they introduce crack.
Right. Well, let's talk about some of the famous patients. Some of the some of the unintended consequences of the experiments are One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. The guy who wrote that book was a actual member of. He was a participant of the experiments, and that's basically what it's about. Not experiments, but like living in a mental asylum. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen the movie One Flew Over the
So
Cuckoo's Nest?
basically, the ray of sunshine here in these horrific experiments is that now the future generations know how to trip
Right.
much
Yeah.
safer, and also we get one dope classic movie.
Well, what if you before because I sound like you're rapping up. What if we just one more thing and I thought it was interesting. What if you dosed a mobster, right? Whitey Bulger was dosed in exchange for a lesser sentence, right? And it would it would explain why it was so hard to find him. He was hiding in Santa Monica, right? But he was quoted as saying that he regrets taking those experiments with LSD, and that he wanted to find that scientist that was dosing him and kill him.
Huh.
Can you imagine? Like, the one patient that could actually get revenge was him.
Oh.
Think about that.
I hope he gets revenge one day.
Oh, he died. That guy, they
Oh,
beat
okay.
him. No, someone else got revenge on him for snitching.
Oh, well,
He was also a snitch. So he was a
I feel
Tekashi.
like that scientist probably worked those odds. Like, you know what? Chances are there's somebody out there gonna kill him before they kill me.
Right?
I know because he screamed it when I tortured his.
Oh, yeah,
They
right?
pumped it full of LSD. What do you fear the most? Somebody else killing me before I get to kill you.
Right.
All right.
Yeah, right? Like, okay, I'm doubling the dose. I'm really brain wiping your shit now. Right?
Yes, sir.
A spoonful of sugar makes the medicine go down.
All right, then, boys. It's already getting kind of late.
Heck yeah.
Yes.
Damn, man.
Good
I was,
one, man. We got I think over almost 2 hours.
Man, I was fired up.
This
for
is
that
30
one.
minutes right here.
Oh, I know.
Hey, I just
Yeah.
want to say
This is
thank
gonna be
you.
bread and butter, and
Yeah.
somebody says
Yeah.
thank you very much,
Hey,
Joey, for actually doing the
no,
research.
thank you for letting me get this one. But hey, thank you for giving me that extra week. I needed that extra week to tighten it up, man.
Alrighty.
Thanks to everybody for listening, tuning in. Once again, follow the man on social media, running the social media stuff is Joey Gama over here. Follow him at the Batcave, right?
yeah.
Correct?
Yeah, and look forward to Halloween, the month of Halloween, and
Sure.
and
Spooky stories.
then right after that is my favorite month, November,
November.
assassination time. So get ready for that.
okay.
Yeah,
Assassinations.
we'll be getting back
and
to the
turkeys.
CIA. Oh yeah.
And turkeys.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well.
All right.
We'll see you guys next time. I'm gonna end the show with a little beat right here on the flow. You guys ready?
Yeah,
All right.
always.
Talk to you guys next time.